a lot of people will probably be familiar with the British Airways and the situation you had with them and them not competing very fairly. So tell me a bit about that period and how that worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I think history had been legendary in that there were just dozens of airlines, and it's the nature of the industry, and probably the nature of many industries, that you get all the small guys that come and go, they try, they don't make it. You'd had Freddie Laker, who had been very successful, but again, he kind of got attacked by BA, and that was another famous case where he did ultimately get compensated, but after the airline had closed. And I think Virgin faced the same challenges, and we had a slightly different business model to many of the others, to the Dan Airs, to the Air Europes, to the Lakers. And I think with just force of personality and by being very aggressive and very challenging in our marketing and the way we looked after customers, we were able to prevail, and we were appealing both to business travellers and to leisure travellers. And we began to build a very strong brand. And we began to build a brand around really looking after customers. I mean, airlines before that were largely, when we started, airlines were still either owned by governments, they were arms of governments. So Air France was the French airline, Lufthansa was the German airline, British Airways was the UK airline. I think British Airways had just been privatised, but they were essentially still the flag carriers of the country, and they were run by their operational departments, by their technical departments, and they didn't really like passengers very much. They were annoying and turned up late, etc. Whereas I think Virgin knew from the beginning that we brought in very good people to run the airline technically, make sure that we were fully compliant with a very complex regulatory regime, but we were going to make it a marketing business and a brand business. And that's where I had the empathy with Richard, and Richard had the empathy with me around it was going to be around the people, and it was going to be around the product and the service and how we did things differently. And I think that goes right back to the farm, that if you grow up on a farm, you have to be very innovative and you have to be very intuitive about reacting to things. And I think those two things came together in driving this agenda at Virgin Atlantic, which Richard enjoyed. He loved being different, doing things differently, and that formula has worked all the way through and enabled us to get to where we are today.